Hello and welcome back to my playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV within the Final Fantasy Marathon, and in this episode I'll continue the main quests and complete any side quests basically as they come along. So without further ado, we will start by teleporting to the Morabi Dry Docks. The only quest available at the moment is the main quest without a doubt. Once I reach level 25 I will be able to do the next Marauder side quest, but for now I can't really do too much, so we're just going to continue exploring La Noscia and just seeing what it may bring. That's right. The analog stick seemed a bit stiff, which would have been annoying, because we don't want that. There's not really too much else for now. Done all the quests in Lower, Middle and Western La Noscia. We've got the Levy quests, but we're not too fussed about them. So here we are. So we want to doubt him. Turtleback Island? He cannot do that, can he? I swear on my poor Nana's grave, Navigator rest her soul, I knew naught of this Firulsmid, nor his precious surprise. Hells, we're here at the quay, have had enough trouble these past few suns. What with the sinking of that Lamincin cargo off the Salt Strand, I haven't the time to take a proper piss, let alone make a note of every scrag that wanders in off the crib. Do. Now the way I see it, oh, you blinked off. If you have time to be standing there questioning my character, then you may certainly have the time to get that arse of yours down to the Salt Strand and help us search for survivors of the wreck. Who knows, you may just run across the Firulsmid everyone seems so eager to find. Here's to hoping the Navigator hasn't found him first. Right, we go. Yes. It feels good to be a gangster. Hi, I'm Firulsmid. You say the foreman's wandering on me whereabouts? I thought he might be, but you must know I cannot show me face at the dry docks until I've righted the terrible wrong I caused. 2 nights past I made the trip from the dry docks to Candlekeep Quay. Just as the foreman asked, the seas were right rough, and the captain of the cargo ship was wary of bringing her too close to the cliffs, so I paid a few coins to a fisher to take me out to meet her. By the time we was halfway, twixt shore and ship, the swells had risen to nigh on 10 yards, and 'twasn't long afore the waves had hold of us. Try as we might to steady the boat, nature's grip was too tight, and we was flung headlong into the Lamincin galley. When I awoke, both ships were gone, and the cargo I was to collect lay strewn across the salt sand. I's made every effort to salvage it, but the sands are crawling with quicksilver, and I ain't one with a sword, and now ye see why it is I cannot return to the dry docks. Okay. Gotta kill these kickens. Yeet. That is a lot. Yeet. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. That night I was tossed into the sea like some doll of rags, and it weren't long before the world round me faded to black as I slipped deeper into the abyss. But lo, the navigator wouldn't see me to the gates of the seven hells, and I woke to find myself washed ashore, and here I has been ever since, waiting for a chance to salvage me master's cargo. So here we go. Hello, Richard. How are you? The missing parts? Oh, I don't know how I can repay you. Yep. Let's go back to Old Berm. Old Berm. Da, 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 da. Yeah, and I noticed and I was like, brilliant. The classic. I did not mean to do that, very well. Whoops. It is weird to only have one quest going at a time. I'm not used to it, but you know. That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, brilliant. Because when it does it to me in ages, I'm just like, for fuck's sake, why? Because when it doesn't do it for ages, it's just so... Well, I mean, I always just find it deflating. Because it pisses you off just because you want to get on with it. Especially with me when I plan to do things in a certain order on a day where I'm going to be busy. Completely fucks that. I'm relieved to hear that both Firil's mid and the supplies are unharmed. Though it was foolish for him to believe that I would blame him for which was obviously out of his hands. You see, there was no storm that day and the seas were adjacent, the dry docks were as calm as a slumbering child. This leads me to believe that the trouble the ships encountered of Candlekeep Quay was of a less natural sort, the sort which the Sahagin have been known to conjure. There we go. Aramir, why I originally had doubts about your motives. You have repeatedly proven yourself an asset to Naldic and Vemelis. I still do not like you, but that does not mean I do not trust you. Well, fuck you. I'm good, yes, I'm good. I'll keep an eye on the football score, because it's BT, you know, I might as well stream. Apparently there's a match of the day's on for an hour and 50, 20 to 11 to half 12. Gim Fotter, head of the watch here at the dry docks, believes that pirates may be plotting to attack on the Victory, and she requires assistance investigating a group of unsavoury individuals making camp nearby. I've recommended you for the task. Okay. Speak with Gim Fotter. I don't know, I mean, Match of the Day wasn't on yesterday, was it? So I don't know if we're going to try and cram in loads of games, because they could easily just do another one tomorrow, or done one for the 4 games yesterday and one for the 5 games today, but I don't know, backwards clearly. Yes, I had a feeling you would be the one Altberm sent. Since you first arrived at the Morabi dry docks, I have had my men watch you. Oh, there's no need to get angry. I'll make it a point to keep an eye on all those new to the area. It is simply protocol. And you'll be pleased to know that nothing incriminating was found. You appear to be a model citizen. That, and the foreman seems to think somewhat highly of you, which I must admit is quite shocking. The man doesn't even trust his own mother. Very well then, I assume Old Burm informed you of what your task would entail. The pirates we believe are conspiring to raid the dry docks, who were last seen making camp near an ancient stone called the Mark of the Spinner. Okay. Need to speak to Knango. Yeah, it's on at 20 to 11, but apparently well, I mean, Mum and Paul said it goes off at 12:30, unless they had it wrong. I'm not sure though. Aramir, ha, knew it. No more sardines for Knango. Tonight I shall dine on the finest salmon on the peninsula. Why, well, I had a little wager going with some of the other guards on what Art Burn would recommend for the next job. My money was on you. There we go. Confront the suspicious individuals. This could be another cutscene or another boss fight. Especially if it's involved with the pirates again, because they're establishing themselves as villains. Dun, 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 dun. I'm giving you the count of 9 to step back on the path and carry your venturing arse back down to whatever rock it is you crawled out from under. You see, I's had it up to me ears with your type roaming the hills like they was yours to roam. It's getting to be that a man can enjoy a mug of rum without some shite breath outlander running up asking which is the why to the local liver meat. 7 L's if I know, I'm a bloody pirate, goddamn it. Fowls balls. Once we have my boy back, I'm putting this godforsaken pisshole of an island so far behind me, ain't no one will remember I was ever here. Come on, Scrags, we's knives to sharpen. Okay, brilliant, interesting. Neat. Crab. Oi, oi. So the trespassers are indeed pirates, and they are indeed planning something. But what is this task of getting me boy back? Could it be that their target never was the victory? Something is not right, and I won't sit by idly waiting for those pirates to make the first move. I shall order increased patrols immediately. Thank you again for your help, Aramir. It appears we were wise to put our trust in you. As well. The captain of watching the Ravi Dardox was your aid in dealing with potential intruders. I am concerned, Aramir. It appears that the pirates I had you investigate are on the move. They creep ever closer to the dry docks, so I must assume they mean to target the Victory herself. That ship is the symbol of everything Limsa Lominsa strives to become, and I will not allow these base scoundrels to lay a single finger upon her hull. We must apprehend them before they put their plans into motion. And you, Aramir, are just the man to do it. Without your capable assistance, I fear the security of the dry docks cannot be guaranteed. Not moments ago, my guard submitted the reports of suspicious activity in the area. Pray begin your efforts by listening to one of their accounts first hand. It matters not whom you choose to speak with, but be sure to question either Earthworst at the front gate or Knango at the rear. Any suspicious saboteurs you encounter during the course of your investigation are to be interrogated. Report any and all findings directly to me. Do 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 do. No, no other quests coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, Hail, adventurer, glad to have another hand board to help shore up security. The gods know our reports would sit on Gimfotter's desk gathering dust if it weren't for the assistance of those such as yourself. Speaking of reports though, I saw one of those mangy pirates lurking around the cliff near Empty Heart. I'll take a closer look before he has a chance to cover his tracks. Ah, spotted me, did you? Well, you're too late. What's to happen is already happening. Well, fuck. Oof. Big boy damage. Oh shit. Level sync is in effect. Yeah, fucking gone. So you found me one of those pirates, did you? I knew you were the right adventurer to ask for aid, but what could these knaves be planning? What's to happen is already happening. Captain, trouble at the shipyard. Easy now, soldier. Who did this to you? Pirates out of nowhere. Stuck me good. Gods below, we are not prepared for this. The pirate soldier, how many do they number? Not sure. More than I could quickly count. Seem to be carrying explosives. Explosives? Then there is no time to lose. Aramir, you had the situation. Make your way to the shipyard and engage these intruders. I will see to this man's wounds and follow after. Make haste now. Of course, brilliant. Dun, dun, dun. Really? Oh, brilliant, they've blocked it off. Let's go specific route, of course. Yeet. Can't survive on it to get fucked. Too strong. Dun, dun, dun. I never reckoned it'd be this easy. Still don't trust those slimy bastards, but their plan worked like a charm. Ah, what are you doing, you great bloody fool? Shut your trap, boy. This'll all be over soon. All that's left now is to blow this ugly pile of driftwood into splinters. Why would you do such a thing? Have you any idea how important this ship is, what it represents? Aye, and that's what makes it all the sweeter. Whatever it takes to knock some sense into me treacherous backstabbing son. Imagine a boy of mine giving up the pirate life to become a shipwright, and building a bleeding maelstrom vessel at that. What under Lim Lane's wide green ocean made you take up with these self-righteous shites? You're the one with no bloody sense, don't you see? The pirates had their glory days, but that era is over. Ah, I wondered why Artburn never spoke of his father. I never would have thought. This ship's a symbol, alright, of everything that went wrong with the world. and I meant to shatter it into 100,000 pieces. Or should I say 100,000 pieces. Gimfotter, Aramir, pray beat the tar out of this bloated sea slug and make sure no harm comes to the Victory. Here we go. You fight me now, bitch. You can't handle me. Oh, 218 on the main. Let's go. There we go. Lovely jubbly. I must be getting old. Let some green venturer get the best of me. Duh. That's one bloody big ship. Big and nasty looking. You made that, did you? Me thanks, Aramir. I shudder to think what may have become of the Victory without your intervention. The pirates have made a right mess of things. I'd best get to sorting out the docks. My thoughts could use some sorting out as well. Ever did my father have a way of turning my life upside down. Pray convey my thanks and my apologies to Gimfotter. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. How fair you, Aramir. I'm going to begin to thank you for the role you played in preventing this madness. You defended more than a simple ship. You saved the budding hope of Limsa from a violent demise. The day was yours. It seems our security regimen will require much in the way of improvement if we are to truly keep the dry docks safe. Art Burm apologises. Well, I suppose I can understand why he would feel responsible for his father's actions. Of all those involved, this incident was hardest on him. But in time, I believe he will come to a single conclusion. The most fitting way of moving past his anguish is to see the Victory completed and in the water. Ah, by the by, the pirates was defeated have been handed over to the Yellow Jackets. Rayner's men will be taking over the investigation. Before the Yellow Jackets moved in, however, we recovered a most unusual object. Should you have the time to spare, I would ask you of another favour. Aramir, in light of your role in recent events, there are a few others to whom I would entrust this task. Since last we spoke, a curious missive has been discovered amongst the personal effects of Art Zapfin, the pirate behind the plot to sabotage the Victory. This missive was penned in the most unusual script, a script we believe to be some manner of code. Needless to say, anything with a proven enemy of Limsa deems worthy of enciphering is like to be of great interest to the Maelstrom. Unfortunately, none among us can make any sense of the message. In cases such as this, I am told the Yellow Jackets are wont to return to Balaron and his convenient connections. Thus I would have you deliver this missive to the proprietor of the Drowning Wench, into his hand and no other. Do you understand? and then Badarod will send me on the next quest line, I imagine. Right, that's 2 quest lines done now, so let's go. Yeet. What am I doing? Twat. Oh, I went to the Marauders Guild, but let's go to the Aft Castle. I'm so used to going there thanks to yesterday. But here we go. Once you load me in, of course. No, why flailing to the left for? I hate when the camera does that. Does it on Fall Guys a lot. Anyway. Ahoy there, Aramir. I've been hearing about your deeds at the dry docks. 8-Berm laid out the entire tale for me. Poor sod was still reeling at his old man's part in the business, but at least you kept the Victory from being sunk afore she sailed. And for that I owe you me thanks. You've really made a name for yourself here in Limseth, lad. Folk know that when they need something doing. Hey, you need something doing? And what might that be? You want someone to read a message written funny letters for you? And Ginfotter thought I might know a man as could. Well, let's see it then. Hey. I reckon I might know a canny bugger that can read stuff like this. Ugly sod by the name Badaron. You know, you're like one of me regulars now, Aramir. You've never let me down yet, and never get to help me. I reckon I can trust you. Grimfotter was right to want this message deciphered. We've got us some trouble brewing here, and no mistake. Get ready for action, and I'll explain. You can now accept the next class job quest. Bom 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 bom. Yes. Good to have you aboard, lad. Now then, where to start? Back when I was younger and nastier, I earned me living as a sellsword. In that business, if you wanted to know what your enemy was up to, you had to learn to read the orders you prized from the cold dead hands of his mates. That's how I came to know how to read your message. Truth be told, the script was only too bloody familiar, them Sahagin letters, lad, and I should know. I've got more fishback messengers than I can count. Gets worse though. The plan to blow up the Victory is all in here, right? Down to the fine details. Oh yeah, it just moves on smooth sailingly. No pun intended. Looks like they meant to raise 8 kinds of ale in Western Lenoscia. Then the Maelstrom's new flagship in the confusion. The point being, the attack on the Victory weren't the act of a few rebellious pirates. 'Twas a key part of some canny bastard's grand plan. But if I'm reading this alright, the attacker itself came much too early. I'll wager they panicked when they saw you was onto them, rushed in to do the job and buggered it up. Them tattooed-faced bastards, as they say, was paying Artburm's old man. They're with the Serpent Reavers, right? But none of their crew was there, was they? Did they have something better to do, or what? Seven L's, I've got it all backwards. That mess at the Victory, that was meant to be the bloody distraction. The fishbacks ain't interested in the Maelstrom's baby. They're after men, just like they've always been. They're sending their pirates lackeys after a civilian target. This bit about raising hell in Western Lanossia, that's where it will be. Summit tells me Swift Perch is about to get it, and it hard. Well, we noticed the Sahagin base is in the Western Lanossia, so here's a rough translation of the message. Take it to the Commodore Raynar at the Coral Tower and tell him he's in for a busy day. Oh, and give him an hand, eh? You can be damn sure he'll need one. I need to go here first anyway. Lovely jubbly. Aramir, a near disastrous encounter with a pack that follows Kajata has been preying on my mind. The overwhelming number of the beasts was beyond all I had imagined. Even the most dedicated marauder could not hope to carve through that snarling wall of flesh, and if we cannot dispatch the pack, then Kajata remains beyond our reach. Thus I have prepared for you a trial that shall unleash your deepest reserves of destructive strength. As before, Saltquib waits you at the Bismarck to guide you on your path. Do not squander this opportunity for growth, Aramir. The pride of the guild itself rides on the keen edge of your axe. Yes, I am Raynar. Ah, you must be the adventurer whose name seems to be on everyone's lips. You are to be commended for your part in thwarting the plot to destroy the Victory. Now, what can I do for you to this day? You bear an urgent message from Badaron. Why do I get the feeling that my hopes for a quiet morning are about to be cruelly dashed? Tell me, what is afoot? An assault on Swift Perch? We've seen nothing to suggest the Serpent Reavers are massive for an attack. Even so, it would be foolish to discount the possibility. Badaron is rarely wrong about such matters. I will marshal the Yellow Jackets for battle immediately. The only question is where to send them. While I concur with Badaron's assessment that the attack on the dry docks was intended as a diversion, Swift Perch is but one of several possible targets for the main thrust. Commodore, sir. Report. It's the Sahagin, sir. They've mounted a large-scale assault on South Tide Gate and threatened to overwhelm our defence within the day. The garrison requests immediate reinforcements. By the Navigator, it seems my decision has been made for me. Muster the troops and give the order to march. Aye, the Serpent Reavers are in league with the Sahagin, which means there is every chance this assault on Tide Gate... Oh shit, it just accidentally did it. It is at times such as these that I wish the Warriors of Light yet walked among us, but wishes will avail us naught, Ironheart. You must serve in their absence. Make for Swift Perch with all haste and lend your strength to the squads I can spare for the settlement's defence. When it comes to the character, I mean, yeah, there's so many different thingy bobbity boobities classes and jobs you can get. So you want to be a culinarian. I don't think you can be every class. I think you can only be I think certain ones match with certain ones, but I'm not sure. Hello again. You've word from my brother? Ah, the pride of the guild, eh? My brother has placed quite a burden on your shoulders, it seems, but From what I have witnessed, if any marauder has the skill and determination to put down Kajata, then it is you. And there is, of course, the matter of Sigurd's vengeance. You don't want to disappoint the poor boy now, do you? Let us begin this trial, Aramir. I shall meet you on the Salt Strand in Lower Lenosha, where your training is to take place. Well, naturally, we'll be there. Without me, you'll like to forget to tend your wounds and bleed to death. Right, so we'll do Morabi Dry Docks first. So we'll get this done, then we'll do the main quest. Looks like the main quest is about to get interesting. Very interesting. But of course, the 3 areas I have explored for now are done in terms of side quests, unless there's more that's appeared in Western. To be fair, there could be more that's appeared in Western, because there weren't too many to begin with, so. So we're fully going through the Salt Strand this time. The main quest only put us so far in. To be fair, because I've got all of the side quests done around the maps, once I do this, like, maybe being able to finish the stream just doing loads of main quests, I like. It's always good to just focus on the main quest solely from time to time. Well, this should be the place. I don't see, do you sense that encroaching aura of violence, Aramir? Pray unlimber that axe of yours. Beautiful. That seems to be the last of them. Compared to what we've faced before, though, it wasn't terribly. So, this is the indomitable Aramir Ironheart. Who in the 7 hells are you? Wait, is that... We have deemed you worthy of our challenge. Come, Marauder, let us test the edge of your steel. Oh, brother. I'm guessing this is one of the main Marauders. If not... any of the main ones themselves. Someone familiar. I think we know who it is. This is just his test. Get dashed. 175 damage in R. Seems my underlings have provided you with poor sport. Very well. I shall take your measure with mine own blade. Do not think to show me quarter, Aramir, for I shall surely show you none. There we go. Is this the final quest? Get dashed. Get dashed. when you combine bloody maim after heavy swing, it does such good damage. 150, two 115s, do a 70 with the heavy swing. You follow it through 119 and 59. I mean, being able to be constantly cured makes it nice and easy, but in an MMO, you know, you're meant to be constantly cured anyway. Do that from Tomahawk miss. Fuck. I yield, your strength has humbled us all. It might just be enough. We are done here, my colleagues. Drag away those who cannot stand. Your display of prowess was truly impressive, Aramir. Worthy indeed. What a ridiculous charade. Did he honestly think we couldn't see through those paltry disguises? Though I am confident my brother's act was not born of malice, rather he hoped by concealing his identity that the trial would seem more threatening, thus increasing its effectiveness. Not an entirely successful undertaking, but one must appreciate his intentions. It is time you return to the guild, and as a favour to me, pray indulge Wernzone in his little deception. Subterfuge is not a marauder's forte. It is not. Very clearly. So yeah, we could tell it was Wernzone, but oh well, whoops. Oh wow, Man City's already winning. And every other game is 0-0. I mean, ours just started, but the other ones are 20 minutes in. And I don't get why they do that. Bloody 3 games on at 7:30, our game at 7:45, and then Liverpool's game at 8. It's such a strange thing to do. When I did it yesterday, I was just thinking to myself, wow. So that can't be the final Marauder quest, because there's still Kajata to deal with, but we shall see. Alfarian Leshrak. Aramir, I have heard of your skirmish on the Salt Strand. You did well to topple opponents of such formidable skill, but let us not dwell on the nature of those masked men. What is important is your triumph in the face of overwhelming odds. Your fellow marauders are honoured to have you swing your axe in the guild's name, but they stand behind you, one and all, as you prepare to overcome your greatest trial yet. Aye, the time has come for you to bring Kajata's bloody rampage to an end. When next he rears his horrible horned head, you shall be ready to bury your blade in his skull. Holy shit. Dun 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 dun. That's a heavy iron, brand new, brand new, brand new. I see. It automatically gives you headgear. So know what we're doing. There's nothing else, is there? No. What am I doing? No, not map, teleport, there we go. Swift perch. Doesn't actually cost that much to teleport to it. I'll take it. Ah. Only 98. Right, so I'm guessing level 30 is going to be like the cap to do all of the final missions for each like class. Anyway, Malika Khan. There we go. Commodore Rayner sent word we'd be getting reinforcements, but I didn't expect him to send you. You certainly look like you've seen your share of action though. You bear little resemblance to the wide-eyed whelp I met fresh off the ferry. In any case, do you know what you're fighting for here? This place, Swift Perch. It was rebuilt by folks who stood strong in the face of every hardship the calamity threw their way. We're not able to let some fish-fancying scum claim the honour of being the ones who finally broke their spirits. Don't give up those pirate bastards one bloody ilm, you hear me? Yep. I mean, I clearly look badass. I mean, I've got cladded armour on, so, you know. Here they come. Here now, I thought all them yellow jacket worms was meant to be busy. That useless scrag ain't followed the plan, has he? Now what? Pull back and wait for us hacking brothers? Piss on that, we ain't turning back empty-handed. Remember, no killing the small folk, or it'll be your blood what stains Lord Leviathan's altars. The yellow bellies you can butcher at will. Them dirt-eating slugs will be crushed under the full might of the serpent reavers. Seems Swift Perch was the main target after all, eh? Squads 1 and 2, protect the townsfolk. Squad 3, you're our rear guard. Dun 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 dun. The rest of you will meet their charge where we stand. Let us bear the Commodore word of our victory, or no word at all. What limbs are Lamenza? I'll get all you yellow bellies and dance on your gizzards. Yeah, course. Here's the main one. I'll let you finish them off. Get this bitch. You heal yourself, are you? Okay, I'll just do that. Fuck for it. Oh, hello. A Belanga. Figure where you stand, bitch. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. I like how they've established the Serpent Reavers. Pretty cool. Cut your head off. Goodbye. No, you're going to die, mate. Enjoy. There we go. Well fought. The Reavers are beaten and scattered. I'll take some men and hunt down the stragglers. Oh, but there may be more of them lurking about, so don't let your guard down just yet. I am a Templar Knight. You again. The source of his strength becomes clear. You may be bested the golem, but you will not fare so well this day. Oh fuck. I was waiting for this type of shit to happen. It is a Final Fantasy after all. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I may smite mine enemies. Hello, motherfucker. Your very being imperils the plan. You cannot be suffered to live. Boss fight time. Defeat the masked mage. Lesser gargoyle. Hang on, bitch. Berserk maim. Oof. Get fucked, mate. Bring it on, bitch. No, it's Ishtola, hello. I didn't see... I knew there was something going on, but I didn't pay attention. Ishtola must be she's very vigilant. Probably knew this bastard... Well, I mean, this bastard is a coward. Waiting till all the yellow jackets piss off before he comes out. Get stunned. Eat. There we go. Hello, Ishtola. Oh, Man City 2-0. Ugh, that the wisdom of the paragons should be brought low by mere mortals. Paragons, did he say? Then it is as I feared. They are known as the bringers of chaos, or Ascians. Or Ascians, I don't know how you want to pronounce it, to give them their proper name. It would seem our suspicions were correct. It is they who have been manipulating the beast tribes. It would seem our I didn't even script then. Pardon? You would know if we Charlayans have encountered Ascians before? I have never spoken to you of my homeland. How did you know whence I hail? Wait, I do begin to see. You have been blessed with a special gift. Are you alright, lad? If I'd known bugger like that was hiding in the bushes, I would have left a squad of 6 to keep you company. Well, at least now we can call this kidnapping investigation to a close. Those reavers were the ones spiriting folk away in the dead of night, and this bastard here was pulling all the strings. A trifle simplistic, but not inaccurate. I came as soon as I sensed his presence, but I never thought to find such a scene of carnage. Yet we prevailed, and thanks to your heroic actions I have learned much. Ah, heroic is the word. I don't want to think about what would have happened if you hadn't been here, my friend. And your assistance is much appreciated too, Lady Ishtola. Please give regards to the Scions. I am glad to have played a role in bringing what I hope is an end to this disturbing spate of abductions. The thread of your fate forms a part of a most intriguing tapestry. Mayhap we'll be afforded the chance to speak more in the near future. For now, however, you must see this particular tale to its conclusion. Pray send my greetings to Commodore Rayner. Right, here we are. We're going to return to Rayner. Well, I mean, I don't know if you know what's going on, Richard, but during the cutscene while I was reading out, I was checking the football, and apparently we've had a long-ass penalty review, and we haven't got it. Apparently it was a handball claim, but apparently it's been ruled as no pen, or has it not? Apparently people are claiming it's hit the top of his head, some people are saying it hit his hand, but of course, I don't know. That was actually the perfect cutscene to happen at the perfect time, though, so keep an eye on it. But anyway, that was a very fun mission, a very fun fight. The only thing is, it's not a difficult game, but it's a fun one. I know the DLCs get very juicy. I know you get fights where there's like shit tons of players with you. They might happen in the main game eventually, I'm not sure how it's going to work. Right, yeah, I was like, where am I going? Ironheart, eagerly I have awaited your return. Word of your exploits is already spreading through the ranks. My troops and I owe you a great debt of gratitude for your timely assistance. You have shown yourself to be possessed of a sure arm, a strong spirit, and sound judgment. Would that Limsa Lominsa had more of your like. I have little doubt that you shall one day join the ranks of Eorzea's greatest adventurers. It is but a matter of time. Clearly, Badaron's eye for potential remains as sharp as ever, though I doubt even he imagined you capable of such feats. Might you favour me with your own account of the day's events? Such victories bear retelling. Ishtola has been working with us for quite some time, you see, and she was only too willing to assist the Yellow Jackets in the kidnapping investigation, proving herself a stalwart ally of Limsa Lominsa yet again. Needless to say, after your part in thwarting the attempted sabotage of the victory, and the small matter of your deeds at Swift Perch, you two have proven yourself a valued friend of the thalassocracy. Admiral? Oh, hello. That nose, though. Very FF12 looking nose. May I present to you Admiral Blofizwin. Is it a man or a woman? I'm assuming a woman. I can see it's a woman.
So, this is the adventurer I've been reading about in the field reports.
Oh, it sounds like a character from Merlin.
Blofizwin, Admiral of Limsa Lominsa. On behalf of my people, I bid you thanks for the deeds you have done this day. A token of our gratitude. What worth is high regard without just reward after all? Ha! Since you first set foot in our city, my good friend Badaron and Commodore Rayner have taken turns at regaling me with tales of your exploits. Safe to say, they left an impression. Join me at the coming banquet. A seat of honor at the celebratory feast is the least I can offer the man who foiled the Sahagin.
Oh! A seat at the feast!
Oh, and don't be late. Your fellow guests will be eager to take the measure of their newest hero, and some do not take kindly to being kept waiting.
I see.
Till then, may you walk in the light of the crystal.
Why, thank you. And there we go. I'm not sure you understand just how unusual it is for the Admiral to invite an adventurer to a state banquet. It is a highly coveted honour. Why, even the officers under her direct command are rarely afforded such recognition, but I will not deny you've earned it. Many of the tasks you have performed in service of the thalassocracy have been both difficult and dangerous. This is a reward for all of your efforts, a nod to your many achievements, both large and small. Has the enormity of this moment yet to sink in? Perchance you will realise its significance when you stand before the assembled dignitaries of Limsa Lominsa. And now that I have imagined the scene, I realise that you will require attire suitable for the occasion. I suggest you visit the wench and see that Badaron can arrange. He is surprisingly knowledgeable about such things. Oh wow, has Harlan got a hat-trick? The fuck? Holy shit, that guy is gonna break records this season if he carries on, if that's the case. I am checking. Of course, any of you that are watching this that aren't football fans, I am two-timing here. I'm waiting for it to sync. Well, if it ain't Mel Webb's guest of honour. Hobnobbing with the Iron Mighty now, is it? I tell you, lad, I damn near snorted ale out me nose when I heard the news. You've come a long bloody way, you have, and that's the truth. Well, one thing's for sure, you'll not want for decent grub. These banquets are catered by the bleeding Bismarck, no less. 'Tis a grand chance to fill your belly to bursting with fine and, more importantly, free food. But we can't have you turning up in your shite-caked venturing gear. No, the hero of the hour needs to have a touch of refinement about him. If only to stop folk complaining when he stuffs his face with cake. Take yourself over to the Octant and speak to Ginashim of the Brugere Consortium. She'll furnish you with somewhat gentlemanly to wear. I've already had a word with her, so all you need to do is pick up the goods, then bring them back here, so I can tell you what's what. Oh wow, it is a Haaland hat-trick. Holy shit. Mad. Absolutely mad. Let's go. So it's been how long? An hour and 3, so I might as well do this banquet and then that's it. Good evening, sir. I assume you're the underdressed gentleman Badaron mentioned. I see, he was not exaggerating. I've chosen these specially for your debut in polite society. Fear not, I'm certain you will absolutely adore them. Yeah, I was I'm actually checking, well, I mean, I had Expression's comment section on during all these cutscenes that are going on. And I was just seeing the people in the comments were saying like, oh, Haaland's got his hat-trick, so I checked, I was like, fuck me. He had the exact same amount of goals in the same amount of games as Aguero. So he got 2 in his first, didn't score in the second, scored 1 in the third, and scored his first hat-trick in the fourth. That's exactly what Aguero did. But that's mad. Apparently our ref's being absolutely shit. Which is a bit annoying. So of course they're just bringing up the Chelsea game like that's an excuse for a ref to be a dickhead. But you know, anyway, bid the seam gymnasium, have we? Let's have that box then. Here we go, a nice pair of dress shoes for you. A bloke mightn't have much else to his name, but so long as he's got a decent pair of shoes on his feet, there ain't nowhere he can't go. Think of them as a gift from me and all the other folks you've done right by along the way. Aye, aye, it is a very moving gesture, I know. Just don't go welling up on me, eh? Wouldn't do for Limsa's new hero to turn up at the banquet soaked in his own tears and snot. Any road, that's your gob sorted now. You just need to settle your nerves. Tell me when you're ready, and I'll tell you where you're meant to go. Being held on the bridge. The bridge. Righty ho. So I really need to wear those shoes. Let's show our face as well, shall we? Let's not go in shirtless. Yeah, that looks more presentable, doesn't it? Dress shoes, fancy dress shoes, an adventurer wearing fancy dress shoes. Oh, now those are some fancy dress shoes. Come, adventurer, I'll show you to the briefing room. Why do I feel like something could go wrong here? Celebrations in Final Fantasy can, but you never know. Hello-ish Toller.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, join me now in honoring this man for his services to our great nation. May the navigator guide and protect him on his journey, till sea swallows all. These pirates you encountered with the tattooed faces, they call themselves the Serpent Reavers. Their ranks are formed of cutthroats and madmen who have pledged themselves body and soul to the primal Leviathan. From what we have gathered, they sought to swell their numbers by spiriting away any soul unfortunate enough to cross their path. I need not tell you the depth of the animosity between us and the Sahagin. How any seaman worth his salt could devote himself to the fishback's god is a question for a more temperate mind than mine. But, thanks to you, our citizens may once more go about their daily lives, safe in the knowledge that they will not be dragged into the darkness by those execrable curs.
Such an extraordinary glow. This is one of the crystals of light.
By the navigator.
After our encounter with the Gubu, you had a vision, did you not? Of a towering crystal. You bathed in her light.
Yashtola's conclusion is clear.
Actually,
I see
Yashtola.
no reason to doubt it. You are the vessel of a higher power.
Because you've got
being from your vision
higher power.
was the Mother Crystal. Your description matches what little we know of her. And if she has chosen you, then your deeds may yet shape the fate of nations, as once did the deeds of the Warriors of Light.
So I've become a new warrior of light.
Know you
Lovely.
the tale? Like you, they were not of these lands. Yet they fought to protect us all against the corruption of the primals. When the Gallian Empire began its conquest of the realm, these heroes joined the Grand Companies and helped reforge the Eorzean alliance.
Lovely jubbly.
And at the Battle of Cartano, they took the field beneath our banners to fight for everything we hold dear. It was on that day, in the midst of that hell, that we lost them. Every soul who survived that battle will never forget how it was to fight beside them. We are proud to call them our comrades. Yet whenever we try to shout their names, the sound dies in our throats. And whenever we strain to see their faces with our mind's eye, naught but their shadows appear to us, set against a blinding light.
Yeah, boy.
Ask any true Eorzean who knew them, and the story will be the same. It is for this reason that we call them the Warriors of Light.
Yeah, boy. What the fuck
When
is
I
this
look
cutscene
upon
anyway?
you, I cannot help but be reminded of them. Keep that crystal safe.
I will do, La.
In time, I believe the Mother Crystal will make clear her reasons for bestowing it upon you. Heed well her words, adventurer, for it is Hydaelyn herself who speaks.
Oh shit, heartbeat. Itchy head. That's a very good story today. It's good to actually have some voice acting as well. Scratch my head. But of course, they had, when you craft an MMO, you have to be careful with how you do it. It's just gonna be a Bahamut. Oh shit! What the fuck?
Flames to the fore!
Are these the Warriors of
Victory
Light?
belongs to the bold. Show those Imperial whore sons what we're made of.
The left flank buckles. Divert the barracudas. Bid them hold that position, though it cost them their lives.
The yellow serpents are in need of succor. Pray, send the white wolves to their aid. The adventurers risk life and limb for our cause. We must not fail them.
And there's the masked man.
Is aught amiss?
No, it is nothing.
Khan E Center.
Bloody hells! The barrier won't go down so easily. Eyes forward!
Battle chocobos. You gotta love battle chocobos. Look at them.
We are being watched.
Interesting.
Raging Bull, calling Bloodthorn. Bloodthorn, respond! Respond, damn you!
Oh shit. I'm liking this. It's why I like the fact that I've managed accidentally to do it, but to make a stream where we get loads of the main quest stuff like this.
Raging Bull, this is Mad Snake. Respond.
Ryder, this is Raging Bull. What
Oh,
news?
we're 1-0 up. Let's go.
We're surrounded by a blaze. There is no way out. God preserve, what is that thing?
What's going on? Speak to me!
God damn it! We cannot hold much longer!
Mad Snake! Mad Snake! Answer me!
Is that a sneaky little kind of Metal Gear Solid reference just for the sake of it? Snake!
Damn it! Damn it all to the 7th hell!
What of the barracudas? Can they not be reached?
I thought it was 1-0.
Shell's not working.
What of our own?
I cannot say, my lady. That monstrosity appears to be disrupting our communications.
Is this to do with
We
Bahamut?
must
I'm
keep
assuming
trying.
it was a
Call till
Bahamut
they
fireball.
respond.
Yes, my lady.
Admiral, General, we can do no more. We must give the order to withdraw.
So
I
they
will
have
not
made
forsake Louis
Bahamut a goat in this.
General, please. Victory may belong to the bold, but there will be no victor this day.
I'll take an own goal.
You know this to be true.
Especially
Let
because
us
I
not
heard
sacrifice
that we
lives
were
in
screwed
vain.
out of getting a penalty because apparently the ref's a dickhead, so I'll take that.
The adventurers fight bravely, but to no avail. Let them withdraw, and let us be the ones to stand with Louis Soir.
Belay previous orders. All Maelstrom units are commanded to fall back, effective immediately. Give the foreign levy priority. Let the main host cover their retreat and bring up the rear.
I'm liking the piano in the background.
Damn it! Relay the order. All flames are to withdraw. I don't care if our link cells are useless. You still have a working pair of legs, don't you? Well, use them, you bloody half-wit!
The outcome of this battle was long since
I
decided.
see. I was seeing comments about but then it was all the Arsenal fans reading Expressions chat that was saying hit his head then his arm, so I weren't sure. Anyway, hello Bahamut. You fucking badass, I love it. They've made him a really big deal in this.
This dark, stifling presence. Who or what? We go to take our place beside Archon Louis Soir. To your positions.
That I should live to behold Bahamut once more. Magnificent, the aeons of imprisonment have only made him hungrier. I am aware of them. Pay them no mind. They are powerless to act. It has begun. Soon the planet will regain its true form. People were really comparing Haaland to Nunes though, which I find funny. Morning sunshine. All a bit much for you, was it? What happened? Ah, you don't remember then. You keeled over in the middle of the banquet and caused a right stir. I had to carry you back to the wench myself. Well, I say carry, 'twas more than a matter of dragging and rolling. Too much cake, I reckon. Any road, don't fret. 'Tis little wonder you was exhausted after everything you've been through lately. Your little nap seems to have put some colour back in your cheeks though, so I'll leave you to it. Bugger, I almost forgot. The Admiral wants to have a word with you. When you feel up to it, talk to Zanfael and he'll let you into the command room. Oh, and stay awake, eh? I'm told old Merlwib was in the middle of telling you a story when you started snoring last time. And I doubt she'd look kindly on it if you repeated the trick. So we might as well finish off all this because it's story based. Retainers. Summoning bells are used to call forth any retainers you have in your employ. Retainers are helpful NPCs who can be hired by players to maintain items in Gil, as well as place goods up for sale for the markets. Once you have been given approval to hire retainers, speak with Fridwib in Limsa Laminza, Parnell in Gradania, Chichabi in Alda, Prunilla in Ishgard, or Kazashi in Kogani. So there's 5 different regions altogether then. No. So we're going through again. With what Merlwib has to say. So the information to the Novice Network. Welcome to the Novice Network. You have received an invite to Novice from mentor Nick Stormcloud Alpha. Greetings, Aramir. Admiral Blosiswin awaits you in the command room. Shall I announce you? Yep. Aramir, it's good to see you on your feet again. You are recovered. Then let's waste no time. I have a task that needs doing. One I would entrust to no other. The duty I have in mind for you requires some explanation. I do hope you have not made other plans to business then. I have penned a letter to each of my counterparts in the Eorzean Alliance. The Battle of Cartanu and the calamity that followed claimed countless lives. It has been 5 years since those of us who were spared dragged ourselves from the ashes to look upon an Eorzea we scarcely knew. 5 years, and yet the people still suffer. Their lives are fraught with worry and hardship, and the warriors of light who might once have given them hope are gone. Yet we must press on regardless. We will never truly do so, however, till we have faced our past. To that end I am proposing that a memorial service be held in each of the city-states on the 5th anniversary of the Battle of Cartanu. These letters contain the details of said proposal, and I would have you deliver them to our allies as my personal envoy. You have proven yourself a staunch and able ally to Limsa, but that is not my only reason for choosing you. No, I choose you because you possess a quality which puts me in mind of history's champions, a quality I feared lost, so that you will perform this duty. I knew you would not disappoint me. This task shall take you far from the borders of our nation, to the city-states of Gradania and Alda. A gruelling journey, to be sure, were you to travel by sea and land, but I mean to have to take you to the skies. an airship pass to be used at your discretion. Airships bound for the nations of our allies leave from the landing connected to the bridge, but before you depart I suggest you trouble Badaron for a few pearls of wisdom before each of your destinations. The old bastard is nothing if not well travelled. 'Tis a pity I cannot issue such passes with a freer hand, as I did in more peaceful times, when berths were not so limited. But in these times of war, every craft we commit to the clouds risks drawing the eye of the Empire, and every voyage must needs be born of necessity. Lest you doubt, I consider your place well deserved. Nor am I alone in that opinion. There were other parties who would see you granted the privilege of air travel. Aye, Aramir, your deeds do not go unnoticed. Full many see great promise in you, but I have flattered you enough. On behalf of Limsa Lominsa and her people, I bid you go forth, adventurer, discover the realm for which so many have fought and died. Wonder and danger await you in equal measure, but turn not from either. Only by braving the unknown will you achieve the greatness of which you are surely capable. The light of the crystal guides you, and I wager that your destiny will be no small thing. So now the game has opened up. So I might as well speak to Badaron and then go from there. Then we go to the airship landing and ride the airships after. So we're going to go to 2 of the 4 other empires. Well, I think there's 4 others as well. I mean, there were 4 mentioned on the description. But we will soon see. Back from your meeting with the Admiral, are you? Personal bleeding envoy. So you'll be carrying the word of the Admiral herself to the leaders of the Alliance. Bugger me. I knew you was going up in the world, but I didn't realise you'd get that bloody high. I'm proud of you, lad, thinking of how far you've come. Why, it is enough to bring a tear to me eye. And that ain't the ale talking neither. Well, not just the ale at any rate. Bless the navigator for steering you me way. Of course, this is only the start. Now you've got your hands on an airship pass. The whole of Elorzi is laid out before you, like a fair maid on a featherbed. And she's a big girl too, with plenty of enticing nooks and crannies. If you think us Lominsans are characters, just wait till you cross paths with the grim forest dwellers of Gridania, or trade coins with the crafty merchants of Ulder. And then there's the wild places where the beasties rule, and no bugger with the ounce of sense set foot. But you're a venturer, so I wouldn't let a little thing like that hold you back. Of course, it ain't all exploring and excitement. There's an heap of troubles what plagues every nation, see. Taint your stars, I'm talking intrigue and infighting, beastmen, stop blocking off, and their goddamn's primals. Hey, there's an ugly side of life, and sooner or later you're bound to walk into it. But I'll wager there's bugger all out there if you can't handle. Summit tells me you're going to be just fine. The realm's had it rough, 'tis true, but folk are beginning to recover from the beating the calamity dealt 'em. Call me an hopeless optimist, but it wouldn't take much to turn things round. 'Tis the perfect time for a venturer like yourself to get out there and make a difference. Well, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Whoa, I want some more. So now we go to the airship landing, but we won't be doing that one yet. And it recommendations. Yeah, it's only them, so we're going to move on, we're going to leave, we're going to explore, and we're going to do some big things. So thank you for watching this episode of my playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV within the Final Fantasy Marathon, and in the next episode I will be going into the airship landing and getting an airship to one of the 2 regions Older or Gridania. I don't know if there's an order, if they give you a choice. But I'll be going to one of those two in order to thingy. But until then, hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode.